Hi guys, Deluded Gooner here. Don't know what to say. Arsenal 2, Paris Saint-Germain 2. Going into the game, both teams were undefeated. Both teams have already qualified for the next round of the Champions League. Whoever wins this is basically top of the group, and we all know being top of the group, you avoid certain teams in the latter stages. So we knew how important it was to win today. The manager knew it. He came out and said he feels guilty about coming second in recent years. The players knew it. They knew, like I said, they know we win today. We avoid certain teams, and we wanted it. The fans, as fans, sorry, we wanted it. When you factor in, we didn't turn up against United and we cost ourselves versus Spurs. More than anything, we wanted to see a convincing performance and a real display. But like typical Arsenal, well, like typical Arsenal, it's just a slight bit of pressure and we choke. I mean, PSG came here and we treated it like it was their home ground. The opening stages, we respected them too much. We should have been on top of them. We should have made it uncomfortable for them. We needed it more than them. They're basically top of the group. We should have let it be known that we want to win this. But no, we stood off them, respected them, treated it like we were playing at their own ground. We allowed them to play their football, to dictate the tempo. We allowed their fullbacks to get forward. Yeah, we were just poor in all departments, especially in the opening stages. Cavani warned us in the opening stages throughout the whole game. In fact, the seventh minute he had a great chance, he just couldn't convert, and that should have been warning signs. And the 18th minute he made us pay. He made us pay for it. Jenkinson, who had a terrible game, Oxlade's cameo showed more promise than Jenkinson in that position. But yeah, Jenkinson completely unaware of Matuidi. Matuidi gets behind him. When Staffy tries to catch up with Matuidi, by then it's too late. Matuidi just has to look up and find Cavani, and Cavani, we all know how great his movement is, taps it in, and it just looks like it's just going to be a typical Arsenal choke saga as it has been in recent weeks. But yeah, game there was not really any reaction when we went in a goal down. We were still poor. We were still second best, and we got a stroke of luck to go in at half time again. Like, we have not been playing well, and we get luck in some games to go in at half time at 1-1. Alexis, a bit of smart play, turns in. He plays for the penalty, a bit of very harsh penalty. On another day, let me be honest. I think Alexis gets booked for diving on that occasion, but it wasn't meant to be. We get the penalty. Giroud Giroud's been good in recent weeks, coming off the bench, deserved his start. And although we didn't have the greatest of team games, he scored his penalty, and we go into half time at 1-1 thinking we can get something. But yeah, second half, first 10 minutes, it looked like it's a shame because it looked like we woke up, and like I said, it's a shame because I don't know, with Arsenal, we just have to go down, or we have to go behind, or something has to not go our way before we realise, yeah, we have a football match and we need to win this and what's at stake. And that's exactly what happened. The first 10 minutes of the second half, we was on top of them. We looked like we were really going to get back into this. And then, yeah, we got a stroke of fortune for Verratti's own goal. I mean, that was just comedy. That only God himself can explain what happened there. Ramsey took a shot, a bit like pinball. Someone else somehow managed to just end up in, and then we're there. We're at 2-1. We do not deserve to be 2-1 up, and it should go through our players' heads. Let's not try anything extravagant. We don't deserve this. Let's just manage the game. We know us. We know what this means to the fans. We know what this means to ourselves. Let's just use our common sense. And to go and throw it away in the last 20 minutes just typifies Arsenal, really. I mean, there's just actually not much to say. Jenkinson, like I said, had a poor game. He's double the size of Lucas Moura. Lucas Moura had a good game, but he's double the size of Lucas Moura. How Lucas Moura manages to lose him and beat him in the air, it just sums up our performance. You could be a bit harsh on the Spooner and say he could have done a bit better in communication wise, but it's just not on. I mean, we were poor again. I don't really feel certain individuals were that poor. I feel we did try. Our end product never had that cutting edge. Our play in the final third, sorry, never had that fluidity. I don't think our fullbacks, particularly Jenkinson, offered enough. Fair enough, Jenkinson's got a good engine, but you need to be able to do something in the final third, and too many crosses were either overhit or they weren't getting past the first man, or he's misplacing passes. You saw Mustafi and Alexis, in my opinion, in particular, get annoyed with Jenkinson, and I mean, it's nice to have a player that's Arsenal through and through, but you need to have a certain quality at this club, and I honestly do not believe Jenkinson is good enough for Arsenal. Hopefully he proves me wrong, but yeah, there's just not any positives. The minute, the second there's a bit of pressure on Arsenal and we need to do something, we just choke. And like I said, like to let PSG come to our ground and to respect them like how we did is just not on. Yeah, it's just I'm just lost for words again. It's just the third game we've now played against a big side, and we just on one hand we haven't lost, but we haven't played well, and sooner or later our luck is gonna run out, and we are gonna lose. I mean, people will look at our points tally. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong off the top of my head, it's about 11 points, and of course we're undefeated in the league. I mean, in the group, sorry, but it's just not enough. I mean, now we find ourselves in a similar position where God knows who we're gonna get if we come second. The advantages with PSG. You reckon they beat that side on the last game of the Champions League. But yeah, it's just looking like it's going to be the same old, same old. I mean, and then, to rub salt in the wounds, you saw Kieran Gibbs in the press conference give that generic post game talk about, yeah, we know we need to win our final game, we need to do this and that. Just shut up, because you clearly don't. Like, we have a team of bottlers in this. Like, we're carrying too many players, and like too many players that are not good enough for this club are here, and any other manager wouldn't put up with this. I mean, Wenger's gift and his curse is that he is too nice and he puts too much faith in certain players, and I don't believe they honestly return that faith. Again, we miss Santi Cazorla. Wenger knows more than us. Wenger sees the lad more in training, and he must know why Xhaka doesn't start. I mean, I personally believe Ramsey had, out of all of his team, Ramsey had one of the better performances. But I can't understand why Xhaka don't start. I mean, no one can. We spent 30+ million on him. He's not looked out of place when he's played. Like I said, Wenger must know more than us, but I really can't understand. And especially when we struggle to control the midfield as we did today, I really can't understand why Xhaka didn't play. Iwobi didn't have the best of games either. Put himself about, but he still seems to be down on his luck, and he doesn't seem to be playing with the confidence he has. But he's a great player, and I like him, and I believe he'll get past that. It was nice to see Lucas Perez come back in briefly. Nice to see Giroud score. Alexis looked lively. Again, the lad needs a rest. Ozil didn't have the best of games. It was a much better performance than the United game. But yeah, there's not much to say. I mean, we just have to just go into our last fixture in the Champions League and see what we can do. Hope results go our way. But yeah, hopefully we've got an easier run in the league. We've got some easier teams, easier fixtures. We can hopefully put a winning run together and get back to happy days like it was in recent weeks. But yeah, not too much to say after that. I'm clearly distraught, as you guys can see. But yeah, I'm just Deluded Gooner signing out. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Do everything, man. Share it. Thank you for watching, because you don't have to watch, especially you don't have to watch my videos, especially on a late night like this. But yeah, thank you, everyone. I'm signing out.